Hey everyone, Stephen Ballard with RCN Capital. Welcome back to my quick little series on how to get started in real estate investing, whether that's as an investor, as a broker, or any professional who's diving into this industry. So I've done a few videos, kind of some earlier steps. Take a look at those. We'll make sure to link them below. With that, the primary ones, the ways to get started, you're going to dive into social media, join some groups there, get to know a little bit more. Then you're going to try to go to some in-person groups. Remember the magic acronym, REIA. After that, you're going to really want to start to talk to some lenders and brokers in the area to try to get a feel for what's possible with the amount of money that you have, with the experience you have, with your credit score, for example. Once you get a pretty good idea of what's even possible in your area, whether you can specialize in, say, multifamily investing, for example, then you're going to want to try to find a mentor who can teach you that specific style of investing. And remember, you're going to want to make sure that that's a two-way partnership and not just you're absorbing everything from them and they're not getting anything from you. The next thing you really want to do is you want to start doing a lot of that market research, right? Once you have an idea what markets you want to invest in, whether that's your local market, whether that's specific neighborhoods, whatever the case is, the next step is to network with contractors in your area if you're doing renovation projects. So, the single biggest problem of every investor that I talk to, or the majority of investors that I talk to across the country, is not finding financing. It's not even finding deals. It's finding contractors that are good, that are consistent, that are on budget, and that will keep doing deals long term, right? So a lot of investors are running into contractors that will do things over budget because they're overbooked, because there are too few contractors for the level of work that people want done. So investors and homeowners are competing for the limited number of contractors and the limited number of contractor hours that are available. However, there's a couple ways you can give yourself advantages there. As you get to know more and more contractors, as you get to know more and more people in the industry, you might be able to introduce that contractor to other investors in the industry. So you might be able to help them get consistent business outside of just your business, because obviously as you start, you're only going to have a few deals that you're going to do. 1, 2 a year is kind of what you see for a lot of early investors. If you're a broker, you obviously might be able to do more. So when you're networking with those contractors, you want to make sure that you address the fact that this is not just about your deals, that you're going to try to help them form more relationships with other people in the industry. You're going to want to help them build up that portfolio of investors that they work with, right? Remember, the biggest thing that an investor struggles with is a consistent, on budget, on time contractor. So you want to build up that team. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do that. You can network with existing investors and ask them who they use. You can reach out to friends and family and ask them who they've used for contractors for their own homes, for example. You can look up contractors in your area. There's 1,000 ways to do that. You can probably just Google contractors in your town and see what comes up, and then start calling, start emailing them, hey, I'm looking to get into these kind of projects. Is that something you'd be open to? At this point, you've done your market research. You have your mentor set up. You have a lot of those financial relationships set up, so you can give them actual numbers. Hey, I'm looking to do roughly, $40,000 worth of rehab on some fix and flips. I'm looking to do probably 2 a year. Is that something you and your team would be able to do if average renovation took, say, 6 weeks? Right? This is talking, largely cosmetic stuff. So maybe you're ripping out the cabinets and replacing them. You might be putting down new countertops, refinishing the bathroom, refinishing the floors, standard stuff. Or you might say, hey, the kinds of deals that I'm working on are complete tear down rebuilds. So we're tearing everything down either to the studs, or you're tearing all the way down to the foundation and you're going to rebuild the entire structure. And so here's the scope of work for that. Obviously, those are two different conversations with a contractor. Most contractors are going to be capable of putting in a new set of cabinets. not everyone's going to be capable of building a new house from the foundation up, right? And so that's just a conversation you want to make sure that you have. So build out that network. Most real estate investors do not work with the same contractor over the course of their entire career. It's very rare. A lot of times a contractor will start with someone, realize that they can do these deals themselves once they get the money for it. The contractor starts to do their own work on their own deals and is going to get busy, right? That's very natural. You see that a lot of times. And RCN, in all honesty, works with a lot of contractors for exactly this reason, right? So you're really going to want to build out that network. You're going to start trying to find one great one, and then you're going to try to find a second great contractor, and so on. And that's really going to help not just you, but any friends you make in the industry, the mentors you make, all those different kind of people that you interact with, right? And so you can really be that person to help other people solve that exact problem. So that's a great next step. After you've gotten started, you've done a lot of your market research, you've started to meet people in the industry. If you're diving into renovation projects, meeting a lot of those contractors, finding the really good ones, and having those conversations early. It's kind of a lot to cover in just a few minutes. I've got a few more videos we want to dive into on this, so check those out. We'll try to link all of them below, and hope to see you guys soon. Thanks.